All right, ready for my first Zoom date. Wonder what we're gonna talk about. Looking good today. Come here often. Just kidding. You know, it's a Zoom chat. You don't. Like, I'm sure you come here often to talk to friends, but not physically there because you know I can't be. You know, social distancing, all that stuff. Yeah. I'm so excited. This girl, she's the one, man. I just feel it. You got this. Come on, you got this. What? Every time I get so close and it gets ripped away. I love you so much. It's not the end. There's always another one. No, that's what I say every time. You're a liar. Every day I get up, I put this shirt on. I think this is the day I find love. Stupid. I hate you. Well, Lucy, I'm home, darling. What we got on dinner? Oh, that's very good. You look very good today. It's not real life. I love Lucy. It's a sham.
What's up, Transformation Youth? Welcome back to another edition of Cooking for Josh. Josh is right over here. Let's go ahead and talk to Josh.
What's up?
Josh,
Hey.
Josh, why don't you tell the people what your name is?
My name is Juan. I'm just kidding.
Get out here. The object is to go ahead and to show you in 3 minutes how to go ahead and make an amazing, delicious meal. And then our judge, Josh, is going to go ahead and tell us whether it is a flop or a pop. So let's go ahead and get into it. Today we are going to be making brown lemon butter salmon. So I'm going to show you quick ingredients. We have 4 salmon fillets right here, sea salt, half a stick of butter, 2 lemons already washed. We're going to put this on a pretty much medium-high heat. We're going to go ahead, we're going to drop this stick of butter in there and let that melt down right there. I'm going to take my 2 lemons. I'm going to roll the lemon with pressure. After I rolled it with pressure, cut the lemon in half, okay? Put the knife away, ask your parents' permission before using a knife. While that's going, I'm gonna go ahead and take my salmon fillets, put them face up. What I'm gonna do, I'm gonna chop. Salt is not gonna change the flavor, it's gonna bring out the flavor of the salmon. Right there, bop. You see that? You see how that butter's starting to go ahead and get brown at the bottom? That's what you're really looking for. Be very careful, because this right here is where it gets a little dangerous. Now we're gonna drop it away from us. Fish cooks really quick. Say it at home with me. Fish cooks really quick. So that's why we're only doing 4 minutes on one side, 3 minutes on the other. I'm gonna use this glass. I'm going to go ahead and with the lemons that I've already rolled, I'm gonna squeeze all the lemon juice. Josh, do you have confidence in me?
Yeah, I'm ready to eat.
He's ready to eat, he says. So I'm gonna salt this side. Be very careful with this part because the fish is delicate. We're gonna flip it. We're flipping it. What we're gonna do right now is we're gonna take the lemon juice, we're gonna go ahead and pour it over the salmon. Hey, Transformation Youth, you want some flavor? Say flavor. If you want some flavor, then you gotta go ahead and baste it. What does that mean? You gotta go ahead, you gotta take your spoon, and go ahead and tilt your pan a little bit to the side where you get all these juices right here. And you wanna go ahead and you want that little number right there. TY, it's time to plate. Right down there, and I played it freshly on top of our bed of greens. If I wasn't filming this, I would have given them the smallest piece in the pan. And we are going to use this.
Would you like a water?
No, it's fine.
Don't give him a water. He doesn't deserve a water. What would you rate on presentation?
I'll give it a 8. An 8. It looks good.
You gonna bless your food?
Wait, pray! Spit it!
The green taste is very good.
Lord God, I pray that you forgive Josh as he just ate that bite. Bless that bite, Lord God. I pray it doesn't have Rona on it. Okay, clink it. Hey.
Ready?
First bite, what are you thinking?
It's really good. I was scared for a bit, but it's good. You know how to cook.
What do you say? 10? What do you say? 0 out of 10?
I would give it a 9.
This is another edition of Cooking with Josh, Cooking for Josh. Be tuned next week where I go ahead and poison his food. Tune in next week where I serve him raw chicken.
Hey.
You're like, if it's on the plate, I'll eat it. All right, no.
Hi y'all, I'm just here to talk about what worship means to me. Worship is living in obedience to God every single day. It's an intimate time with just you and the Lord. It's a time for you to open your heart and give all your burdens and all your pain to the Lord and just allow Him to come into your heart and give you peace and love and just feel His presence in you. You can worship with your voice, with your dance, with your prayer, with your serving. Worship is not just what we do on Sundays in the platform. Worship is in your everyday life. It's in your walk with the Lord.
You are all that matters, the one I want. Longing just to know you with all my heart. I threw my shame away, all of my sin erased. This isn't the end of the story. I'll trust in what you say, told me I'll be okay. It's turning around for your glory. I know when the fight comes, I'ma keep my head up. Hey, you won't let me down with me in the middle of my battle. Hey, you will never be the one who walk away. I know when the fight comes, I'ma keep my head up. Hey, you won't let me down with me in the middle of my battle. Hey, you will never be the one who walk away. When the fight comes, I'ma keep my head up. Hey, you won't let me down with me in the middle of my battle. Hey, you will never be the one who walk away. I'ma keep my head up. Hey, you won't let me down with me in the middle of my battle. Hey, you won't let me be the one who walk along when the fight comes. I'ma keep my head up. Hey, you won't let me down with me in the middle of my battle. Hey, you will never be the one who walk away. When the fight comes, I'ma keep my head up. Hey, you won't let me down with me in the middle of my battle. Hey, you will never be the one who walk away. The one who walk away. You're the one who walk away.
Transformation Youth, I want to share with you 3 quick stories of people from the Bible that God had a plan for their lives, and I hope that it encourages you to let you know that God has a plan for your life in this time and in this season and in this year. I want to tell you about Moses. See, Moses was a baby who was born at a time where babies were being slaughtered, and you see, in a last effort attempt to go ahead and save Moses' life, his mother goes ahead and creates this basket and puts Moses in it and sends him down the Nile River. That's crazy. Like, I want to tell you about this guy named Joseph, who was the 11th of 12 brothers, and God gave Joseph these dreams, and his brothers hated him, and actually his brothers sold him to captivity and slavery. Like, I want to tell you about this guy named David, who was the youngest out of all of his siblings, and this guy named Samuel is told by the Lord to go ahead and anoint a new king for Israel, and you see, he goes over to David's family to go ahead and anoint the next king, and David is actually off going ahead and tending to the sheep of the fields. You see, I want to tell you right now, you might be worried about school being closed. You might be worried about not being able to leave home. You might be worried about so many different things right now. You might be asking God, how do you have a plan for my life? God, what is the plan for my life? God, are you doing anything? But I want to let you know that God, who's taking care of so much, is still taking care of things today, and God has a plan for your life. You see, the story doesn't just stop there with those three, because Moses actually, when he was sent down the Nile, he was picked up by Pharaoh's daughter. Pharaoh's daughter saw him in the basket, picks him up, and adopts him as her own. You see, when it comes to King David, he ends up becoming king. And I want to say, Moses actually doesn't stop there. Moses was adopted by Pharaoh's daughter, and then God goes ahead and uses Moses to lead the Israelites out of Egypt in slavery and captivity into the promised land. You see, when it comes to King David, David wasn't there when Samuel was going ahead and trying to anoint the next king, because the fact that he was working with the sheep. But what happened was Samuel went out there and he still got anointed, because God had a plan over David's life, and David was anointed to be the next king. And the best thing about that is that later he goes ahead and he defeats Goliath, and then he becomes this great king, and he does a lot of good things, and it's awesome. But God had a plan for David's life. God had a plan for Moses' life. When it comes to Joseph, Joseph was sold into slavery and captivity by his brothers. And the best thing about this is that Joseph ends up, because of the plan that God has on Joseph's life, because the will and the favor on Joseph's life, he actually becomes Pharaoh's #2 of all of Egypt. During a time where there was a famine, during a time where to be in power and to be the #2 of Egypt was insane, Joseph was that guy. Why? Because God had a plan for Joseph, God had a plan for Moses, God had a plan for David. In Transformation Youth, God has a plan for you. God has a plan for you sitting there right now watching this on your computer, on your phone, on your tablet. God has a plan for your life. You're fearfully and wonderfully made. No weapon formed against you shall prosper. I want to tell you right now that the God who created them created you. I want to let you know that the God who provided for them provides for you. And I want to let you know that the God who loved them and was there for them loves you and is there for you. I don't care about what circumstances we might be in right now. I know that it looks tough, but I want you to know that God still has a plan for you in 2020, during COVID-19, in this generation, in your life. God has a plan for you. But the question is, are you going to step up and walk in purpose, walk in God's purpose for your life? And are you going to trust his process? That's really it, man. You got to learn how to trust God's process.
Hey Transformation Youth, thank you so much for watching One Night Online. If you haven't, make sure you go ahead and like this video and subscribe to our YouTube channel. If you're interested in joining a Connect group, put it in the comments below and a Connect group leader will reach out to you shortly. We'll be back here for One Night Online at 7 p.m. next Friday, but until then, stay tuned for everything we're doing on our Instagram. Again, thank you so much for watching, and we hope you have a good rest of your week.
Listen to the kids, bro.